5:30, right? Greetings, everybody. Nice to have people here today to hear the board meeting, and nice to see the board members again, and also the staff. So thank you for being present. We will call to order at 5:30 p.m. Ms. Alonso, if you can do the roll call, please.
Yes, sir. President Leticia Garcia, Vice President Roberto Campo,
Present.
Clerk Beatriz Perez. Here. Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera.
Here.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Here.
For present, President Leticia Garcia is absent.
Okay, well, next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, the Pledge of Allegiance will be done by Damaris Orellana and also by Emma Perez Cepeda, who are, I understand that they are the top readers, sixth grade Chavez students. Congratulations on being the top readers.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Daramis and Emma, for that. That was fantastic. We will now move on to the spotlight. Do we have any spotlights this evening? No? Oh, okay. There is one.
I'm sorry, I didn't let Mrs. Anzo know, but I did want to spotlight a couple of things. First of all, whoever's involved in the agenda setting, which would be the president, the superintendent, there's just so much information there. I just really like the setup of the board agenda. It really makes it easy when you can do the split screen and look up all of the backup information. So if anybody's part of the creation of the board agenda and the items, and Miss Sophia, oh, okay, Miss Sophia Ramirez, I too. But thank you so much because it does make it really easy. And then another spotlight is the Alisal Union School District enrolled 293 families in the CalKids program. And the increase in the credit goes, and I think we have one of the community coordinators, or maybe, did she just leave? That they have been making tireless efforts along with our parent education specialists, focusing on informing the families on the CalKids enrollment. And we're really high in the county. And so that's like an account for the future for the students and their education. So thank you for those involved in CalKids. It was really good news to read that. So thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. We'll move on to E, which is the adoption of the agenda. I will entertain a motion.
Motion.
Make a
Okay,
motion.
Oh, okay, motion by la señora Perez, and second by el señor Jimenez. Comments, questions? Okay, we then will, then we'll take a vote, yes. Can we do a line vote, Ms.
Yes.
Sanchez, please?
Vice President Roberto Campo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez.
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera.
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Okay, we move on to the public comment concerning items on the open session agenda and/or non-agenda items. Guidelines, there will be a 2-minute limit for individuals and a 20-minute limit on total public comments. There is no ceding of one's times to other individuals. Individuals wishing to address the Board of Trustees on open session agenda items and/or other items may do so at this time. We have a starting time of 5:35.
And we have one.
Let's see,
Sonia
this is Sonia Fuentes.
and community. My name is Sonia Fuentes, and I'm a bilingual reading specialist. I am here this evening to speak on behalf of myself and several of my bilingual colleagues who serve in the same capacity. We are currently designated as Teachers on Special Assignment, or TOSA. Prior to this role, we were bilingual classroom educators. As bilingual reading specialists, we bring specialized dual language skills to our positions. In our small group instruction, our bilingual ability is crucial for student success. We use our Spanish language skills first and foremost to help our students comprehend and understand complex vocabulary and concepts, bridge the gap between their native language knowledge and English content, and accelerate their growth in English literacy. We have all seen significant growth in our students over the past few years. Beyond our primary instructional duties, our bilingual skills are consistently utilized by the district in a variety of essential non-instructional capacities, such as interpreting for things as parent-teacher conferences, back-to-school night, open house, and literacy night, ensuring that there's equitable communication with our Spanish-speaking families. We are fortunate to have these abilities, and we are happy to use them to serve our community. However, these duties illustrate that we are functioning as both highly specialized reading specialists and essential bilingual resource staff. There is a saying in Spanish that goes like this: siendo bilingüe, vales por dos, which means being bilingual is worth double. And so we are happy to be here tonight with you all, and we thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. We will then move on to the Allison. Oh, sorry, we have an ending time of 5:37. We will then move on to the Alisal Teachers Association.
Good evening, Mrs. Anzo, Board of Trustees, Cabinet, and LSL community. Tonight, I'm excited to announce that ATA recently had an election and Leah Crane is our new Vice President. Also, ATA will be supporting CTA this month with canvassing in support of Proposition 50. Thank you.
Next is the California School Employees Association.
Good evening, board members, Ms. Sanso and cabinet members. And tonight I just want to say that Friday after tomorrow is the classified PG day, and we're very excited with the collaboration with the HR department under the leadership of Mr. Diaz, but with working closely with Mr. Lopez. And I invite everyone to stop by and see the classified staff. Thank you.
And the United Substitute Teachers Union. Okay. We'll then move on to presentations. First is school site presentation, Cesar E. Chavez Elementary School, Veronica Medina, Principal.
Good evening, Vice President Mr. Ocampo, Superintendent Ms. Sanso, members of the board, district leadership, and committee members. My name is Veronica Medina. I'm here with my assistant principal and Ms. Rosa Reguin, the school community coordinator, and we're here to share a little bit about Cesar Chavez with you. So to give you a clear picture of how we're serving the whole child, I've organized the presentation to 5 areas. As you can see in the table of contents, we have the school overview, our reality, instructional focus, and social emotional component, and parent engagement. We will begin with an overview of our student demographics to provide you a context of everything that we'll cover in the next few slides. So our current enrollment is 620 students. We have 13 bilingual classes, 12 English-only classes, 1 general academics, 5 SDC class. Our caseload for RSP is 18 students. We have 317 English learners, 36 long-term English learners. We have 27 teachers plus our RSP teacher. We have identified 104 migrant students, and after-school program, we're servicing 150 students. And this right here is a snapshot of our dedicated staff, the people behind our student success. We are proud to share that we're almost fully staffed. The only vacancy we have right now is the early literacy coach. The photo you see right here is on our first day of receiving our students for the new school year. Here in front of you, you will see the iReady data for ELA. These results help us identify where students are starting and how we can best meet their needs through small group instruction and differentiated supports. If you look at the bottom of the chart, you'll notice a total number of students represented with the corresponding percentages under each performance. So if you see, it goes from darkest to, well, dark green to red, and that's the highest level that we want to see our students in. And we want to see less in the red. The next slide shows the beginning of the year iReady data diagnostic results for the school. Again, at the bottom of the chart, you will see the total number of students at each performance level, along with the corresponding percentages for each category. I am pleased to share that the numbers of students that are on the mid or above and early on in one grade level below has increased from last year significantly. We had most of our students were on the pink and the red, and we have a lot more students on the greens and the yellows, which is where we need them to be, because with 1 year's growth, they should be on grade level. The data that you see on this table shows that 51% of our students are ELLs, which is equivalent to 317. We currently have 87 students who are at risk of becoming long-term English learners. We have 36 that are already identified as long-term English learners. 32 of them are in 6th grade, and 4 of them are in 5th grade. The table on the right displays the ELLs by grade level, right? So according, with their corresponding percentages. If you notice, we have 63 that are TBD, and that's because those are the kinder students that took the initial assessment, and we don't have results. So we don't know if they're determined as, they're gonna be identified as ELLs or maybe IFIPs. We're still waiting on those results. This next table represents the number of students in each grade level by LPAC proficiency level. Well, the table on the right displays the number of students we reclassified last year. So if you notice, we were able to reclassify 92 students. That includes, we do 2 rounds, at the beginning of the school year and then at the end of the school year. So we had a good turnout with 92 students. And what I did highlight in yellow is 115, and I wanted to highlight that because those are students who are level 3, which indicates strong potential to many of those kids to be a 4 and be able to have a potential to reclassify by the end of the school year when they take the summative LPAC assessment. Here we have the LP dashboard indicator that predicts that our school will be placed in the blue category on the California dashboard for ELD. Based on the number of students who demonstrated progress on the summative LPAC assessment, the colors on the dashboard, if you can see, they go from red, which is the lowest, to then blue being the highest. So the data on the table shows students who maintained their level. So if they were 3, they maintained a 3. If they were 4, they stay at 4. Kids that made a progress, so they went up a level. Kids that regressed, they went from maybe a 3 or to a 2. And then the ones that are marked unknown is that's because we don't have a score from the previous years to compare them to. But I'm happy to say prediction is that we will be in blue. Hopefully prediction becomes real. So right here on the left bar, where it shows you where we were in the previous year, which we were in orange. And if you see the dashboard colors, we were ready to become red. but we went from orange to then again, prediction is that we will be in blue based on last year's summative LPAC scores. And what I do want to highlight on that one is that the reason we're like that is because we were able to reclassify 92 students. And that means the first have to obtain a 4, right, on the LPAC. So the table before you shows the SBAC results for the past 4 years by grade level. Overall, most grade levels have demonstrated consistency in achieving ELA. Highlighted in yellow, you will see the percentage of students who achieved a 3 or a 4, which means they passed it. As a school, our percentage for ELA was 35%. Here you will see the same table, but for math. This table shows the overall. Most grade levels have demonstrated consistency achievement in math with percentages generally maintained or showing improvement over time with a discrepancy in third grade, right? But we're trying to figure out what happened to third grade. As you can see from the data, our students tend to perform better in ELA than in math, which is contradictory to what used to happen before. Our kids would do better in math, but now it's ELA. So from reviewing multiple data sources, which is including the iReady, the SBAC scores, and the LPAC performance, our school leadership developed learning goals for ELA, math, and the LP for the academic year. Each grade level then identifies strategies they will implement to achieve these goals. So if you notice on the instructional goals, you will see that we're using iReady as the program to use to assess our students. But we did decide to include this year, different from last year, include a math goal. That's because we need to focus, as you can see from the results, we need to focus a little bit more. So right here we have our RTI model structured around 3 tiers to ensure that students receive the right level of support at the right time. Tier 1, we have high quality standards-based instruction. Students need more, and if students need more additional support, where they receive targeted small group instruction, it's within the classroom. For students needing more support, that's tier 3, we have intensive supports through our intervention teachers and a reading specialist. And then additionally, we use SST process to closely examine the needs of our struggling students. Here you have a picture of our 5th grade teacher, Ms. Mejia, conducting her small group instruction in ELA. So as a school leadership team, we recognize the importance of having a vision and professional collaboration. So we developed our PLC ideal. That means that's to guide us to work along to ensure that consistency across grade level happens. Our PLC ideal, along with the vital protocols that we're going through right now, help us the team stay focused with grade level collaboration. Here you happen to see our latest PLC, that's 3rd grade, working with our coach. You also have a picture of our data walls in the classroom. That's where we have our meetings and we have posted data all over. And then we have our vital protocols and the cycle of teaching and learning. So we're not only supporting our students with a cognitive development, but also their social, emotional, and physical well-being. Some of the ways we support the whole child include Student of the Month recognitions, calming corners in every classroom, perfect attendance recognitions, SEL demonstrations for teachers. That was led by Trish DeFacio, and that was brought by Dr. Alvarez, so that she can show us how to integrate SEL into daily instruction. Then we also have trimester awards for our students. So the pictures right here is just showcasing how we support social emotional needs for our students on a daily basis. And then we get to attendance. So we're working really hard in making sure that we support our students. So we have provided Smelly pencils on a monthly basis. So every student has perfect attendance, they receive a Smelly pencil. Then we have the Eagle Award, that's the highest class, receiving the perfect attendance. And then we provide beanies, hats, and sweaters for our students who receive trimester perfect attendance.
And just as we're focusing on attendance, we're also focusing on our chronic absenteeism, and we are addressing it by focusing on our tier 2 and tier 3 student space, and of course their attendance records. To support this effort, we created focus groups and established a clear protocol to help ensure these students are in class every day. Additionally, we surveyed students to gather their input in on which incentives would motivate them to attend school consistently. This is besides also addressing the issue from the parent side through truancy meetings. Here's a picture of our wellness team. They play a critical role in nurturing the emotional well-being of our students. Supports include individual check-ins and check-outs, small group interventions such as rise-up groups to build resilience and social-emotional skills, school-wide presentations, and staff wellness sessions as well. This team ensures a safe, supportive environment for students and staff alike. And last year, the LCAP student survey helped us identify the area of focus for our team. So we surveyed the survey revealed that 49.3% of our students reported feeling close to people at our school. In response, we created an initiative aimed at ensuring all students can identify at least one adult in the school they can go to when they need someone to talk to. We began this work with student kickoff assemblies where we introduced all staff members who are available to support them. Next, we created a student-focused support wall, which displays all adults in the school who are available to meet students' social emotional needs, helping students identify at least one adult they can turn to outside of their classroom teachers or paraprofessionals. Now that we have established a baseline, we plan to monitor student connections by conducting the survey at least 2 additional times during the school year to measure the progress and inform next steps.
Next, we have the community center. At Cesar Chavez, we are creating more flexible and engaging ways for families to stay connected. We're offering cafecitos and tardecitas online as well, so families can join from home. And for more personal support, families can schedule one-on-one meetings after 5 p.m. This helps us connect with parents who work during the day. Our monthly workshops focus on attendance, literacy, and building a positive school climate. We have tomorrow a cempasúchil flower making and altar de muertos workshop for our families to learn about the cultural emphasis about the dead and how we unite together. And we're offering also movement and wellness sessions like mindfulness, dance, and fitness. That is going to be offered for parents as well so they can get along and do it together with their children. And starting October 20th, our English classes will begin. We're going to have 8-week sessions offered both in the morning and evening to fit family schedules. And the next one we have we invited all of the grades to get to know our community center. It was a great opportunity for everybody to see the resources and programs we offer so the kids would understand what we do, what is a community center, and they would feel familiar. And one of the photos up on the corner is one of the visits of the kids. We hosted oral health screenings for TK students, and we're working with the health department on having the mobile oral clinic at our school this fall, so it's accessible to all school grades. And we began the You Matter Every Day chronic absenteeism group that we're going to be meeting twice a month with those students so we can incentivize them to come to school, hear from them, and be a safe place for them. We are beginning a program for girls, 4th to 6th grade, called Chicas con Poder, which is going to be meeting twice a month, and it's going to be a space for girls to be mentored. And we might be requesting all of you females to come and present to them and to tell them about your story.
It's me. So our next steps for our school. Our areas of focus for the school this year are aimed to promoting both student and teacher growth. In our plan, we have included professional development opportunities for teachers, and enhancing Tier 1 instruction, student engagement, improving attendance with focusing on chronic absenteeism, and strengthening our student-parent partnerships. And then next, you see a collage of our students, and it says, "A picture is worth 1,000 words," right? Because we do everything that we do for our teachers and our staff and our parents and our students. So we just presented a lot of data for you, and we understand the needs that we have at our school. The direction for us is clear, and the work ahead is very important and urgent. So thank you for supporting us, and we hope to turn everything into actions that produce results for our students. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Are there any questions from the board? Yes, Senora Gilpas?
I have a couple of questions, but oh my goodness, I think you're so happy to present. You're smiling, you're excited. I mean, that tells you really love your school, and and you're doing a good job there. Thank you so much. So I do, Ms. Medina, have a couple of comments or questions. First, to congratulate you on the positive increase on the SBAC. That's very good, positive news. I did want to refer to a couple of the slides here, and I hope not to be too long-winded here, but if on slide 7, our English language learners, it says that 87 students are at risk. I didn't get, you said something about that, but I didn't capture it. What does that
So,
mean?
sorry, I'm so loud.
Mhm.
To become a long-term English learners, the students have to have been in school in the United States for 6 years. So that means that we have TK students that took the LPAC, and they're probably in 4th or 5th graders, and they haven't been classified. And so they're at risk. But we do have 36 that are already 5th and 6th graders that are classified as long-term English learners. So we're looking at those 87, preventing that they don't become long-term English learners.
So the term long-term English learners is fairly new to our district, right? I don't remember having that acronym for very long.
No, so it's, I would say maybe 4 years
Mhm.
for the state. So it's
Okay.
a state, this year, what will be new is that it's going to be added to our dashboard.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll see it on our dashboard.
So then these at-risk students, what they're at risk of is not being reclassified before they go on to the high school district.
Yes.
So then when they enter the high school district, they're also,
Mhm.
what is it,
Yeah,
LTELs,
LTELs.
LTELs, long-term, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll, so they're already like in 4th grade and they're at risk of not reclassifying.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, slide number 9, English language progress indicator, talks about some students, 32 students that regressed. Can you elaborate a little bit more on, because they went backwards instead of going
Well,
forward
but-
or standing still, right?
See, what you have to understand is sometimes the kinder test is one, the 1st grade test is one, 2nd grade is another one, 3rd through 5th is another test, and 6th grade is another test. So the difficulty of the test increases. So if a kid had a 2 on 2nd grade, and the test is increasing in difficulty, they might be able to go back because the test got harder. So, but we do have 32 students, and we do have the EO specialists were able to identify who those kids are. So then we were then in turn identifying it to the teachers so that they can keep an eye on those students, because it does happen. We don't have too many.
Right, right, and the number, it's 87, and that's K through, was it how many? 32, I'm sorry, 32. So that's all the grades included in that number.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
not necessarily then that they're doing worse.
No,
The test
no.
is just getting harder. That makes more
And
sense.
and you
if-
have to dig a little bit deeper to see the reason.
huh,
And some
okay.
of those, we identified that the tests got harder for them.
Oh, well, that's understandable. Thank you so much. And thank you for the community centers offering classes on things that we need, not just like the arts, like how to make tortillas.
Yes.
I'm not saying that you can't show us, because I'll go to that class. But I'm saying, it's good. That's what we're there for. We're not there for the arts or anything that has to do with those things. So it seems like you really got a really great understanding on what the goals are or what we're doing with parents and community members even
When we,
in
yes.
our centers.
When we met, that's one of the things that we focused on, that if you want to do some arts, they has to be tied to something that we're doing as a school.
I appreciate that.
Specifically, everything that we do, all of the workshops are focused on the main goals of a community schools grant, which is chronic absenteeism, literacy, and school climate. That's why we're trying to involve the students, the families, staff, and everything that we do at the center.
Thank you. Thank you. And then I really, you have some really good instructional goals. We're here, all of us here to support you in those goals, and you're doing a great job. And I could tell
We're
you really love your school, and that's awesome to see. You're not like presenting. Not that no principal presents grumpy, but you got it, girl. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's all, Mr. Vice President.
Any other questions from the board?
Well, I just want to say great job, ladies. And On your PowerPoint 18, for You Matter Every Day, what does the focus group do? Can you
So
give me-
we're investigating on why they're being chronic, because we do have a group of 18 students that have already about between 9 and 17 absences. So we're not only focusing on the parents, Ms. Arizona is doing truancy meetings with parents, but we also figure some of them is the parents, and then some of them is a student, right? So we're trying to figure out if it's a student, how can we support that? What motivation can we provide to get them to school?
So I see a picture. Do you guys get them together and talk to them?
Yes, yes. We're trying not to pull them too much from instruction, but we do have to do some so that we can investigate.
Okay. And then I really, 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 really like your student circle support, just to have that poster with pictures. It's really nice.
Yeah, we're trying because we thought we were really good in being out there invisible, and when we got hit with 40, what is it, 40, 49, I was like, wait, we have to do something about that because we need to make sure that every child has an adult that they can go to.
Yes, I agree. And then, Chicas con Poder, you said you guys are gonna be having two. a
Yes,
month?
it's gonna be focused because we have a lot of girls that come to the community center. They want to talk to us and meet us. So we thought of like, what can we, we instead of just chatting and talking about boyfriends, how can we just get them to spend the time in something that is meaningful? I am national board member for Latina Professionals, and I have a chapter here in the Central Valley. So the goal is for Latina professionals to sponsor us and have these girls with the, start planting the seed of like, hey, there's leadership opportunities for you. You can be on a board, you can be a superintendent, you can be a teacher, you can be, bring mentors, have presenters, and start planting the seed of like, there's more out there than just, our community. So we'll be piloting it, and definitely you'll get an invitation so you can come be a mentor
Yeah.
present.
Just let us know the dates and the time.
Perfect.
And Miss, we have a very good
Yes.
example, Miss Ansel,
Yes.
superintendent. But awesome job, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll then move on to B, which is a presentation, results of student assessment, Dr. Clara Fernandez, Deputy Superintendent.
Good evening, Mrs. Ansel, Board of Trustees, and our community members. It is an honor to present to you information on student assessment in collaboration with Ms. Mary Beal, Director of Leadership Development and Accountability. So our mission is to cultivate the whole child for a world-class education. And as such, data provides a clear picture of where our students are, insight into equity and opportunity gaps, and also direction for instructional next steps, where the goal is to drive instruction. So we will be presenting to you information on, in regards to two different sources of information from state level and also local level, our CAS data on ELA, math and science, LPAC, and then we also have local level information in this with the focus on iReady, which is administered 3 times a year. And we also have common formative assessments that sites collect throughout the year to give us information again on how students are performing.
All right, my turn, the data. So we're going to start this year, or the results looking at last year. It's really important to see how we finished, where our work took us, and then what we're going to do moving forward. So we're moving in this presentation, but as a district as a whole, you'll hear us use terms from data to instruction. We're moving from looking at data as numbers, but instead looking at it as action. So we're going to start with our CASP results. So our 24-25 CASP results have us at 28.61%, meeting or exceeding standards. Very similar, 0.1% off from last year. Looking at the last 4 years, we have been hovering around this 27 to 28%, meeting or exceeding standards. In math, achieving a 21.79%, an increase from last year of 1.84%, but looking at the last 4 years, in 21-22, we were at 16.59%. And in 24-25, we've made that jump. Next slide. And our LPAC results. You heard a wonderful presentation that reflected this data for Chavez and their great success with our LPAC results. And you'll see our district has improved in students being proficient on LPAC, up 1% from the previous year. That's where we ended last year, but now we want to go ahead and look at this year and where our beginning iReady data has us. So starting with reading in English. Now, when we presented last year, you'll remember I presented the iReady data in English reading and math, both Spanish and English. We didn't have our Spanish diagnostic available to us in reading. We now have that data ready for us. One of the things that I would like to preface before we get too much into the data is that the scores in front of you are reading in English. We gave the diagnostic in the student's language of instruction. So based on our instructional model, our instructional minutes, students received math or reading in the language of the instruction for their grade level. So in front of you, you see reading in English, which is taken for grades 4 through 6 and our English only, or bilingual grades 4 through 6 in our English only classes. One learning curve. We ran into some hiccups as in every opportunity to start something new. And our iReady data, or iReady English diagnostic was available for a short period of time to our bilingual classrooms. So that means this data has both populations in it currently, but not all. So I want to give that little caveat that when we do diagnostic number 2, that will be cleaned up. So looking where we're at now, we have 13% early on or above grade level, with 31% in that targeted growth, or that 1 year behind. Very similar to last year, and this data does not reflect kindergarten. The next slide breaks it down by domain. We looked at this last year about our growth in our domain. Again, similar to last year, our high frequency words and our phonics instruction remain the highest area for achievement, with definitely an emphasis in vocabulary and service to comprehension for all students. On the next slide, this is our district level reading in Spanish. So one more piece of this is that the reading diagnostic in English is very different than the reading diagnostic in Spanish. So they do caution us from comparing scale scores, which I did not provide to you tonight, but also using caution in comparing achievement levels, because they aren't a similar diagnostic, they're tailored to the language of the assessment. So in our iReady reading in Spanish, you'll see 34.2% of our students are early and above grade level on the iReady reading diagnostic. The next 4 slides review the domains. The bars don't end up as pretty yet, as iReady is still building the platform to provide the data in the original form that you see, but it details our phonological awareness achievement, our Spanish reading phonics, our Spanish vocabulary, and our Spanish reading comprehension. These are talk to you the same colors of the diagnostic in English. There's those second ones. Seeing that an area of comprehension and vocabulary will still be improved. However, vocabulary is strong in Spanish. The last piece of local data is our math. There is a correlation. They take the same diagnostic in English or in Spanish. So this is all students, represents all students with the exception of our Mod Severe kids, as well as no kindergartners. We are very similar to last year. 6% of our students early on or above, with 42% of our students right there at the cusp. Now, looking at this data, this is mid or above grade level for the grade they are currently in. So when we're looking at this yellow band, that yellow band is saying they're one grade level below from where they should be in May. So that is a very promising yellow band in all of our iReady diagnostic data. Similar, those same colors, greens and yellows, focusing on our yellows that'll be greens by the end of the year, hitting our typical and stretch growth. It breaks down our 4 domains with geometry slightly higher than it was last year. I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Fernandez, who's going to tell you the plan for this year.
Thank you, Ms. Beal. So we have the data, so how are we going to be using it? Next slide. So in using data to inform our instruction, we have our superintendent's compass, which sets instructional direction focused on student learning. So the questions around the compass include, what am I learning today? Why am I learning this? And how will I know that I've learned it? Also, along with that, we have our building leadership capacity, or leader impact series focused with our APs and principals are using data to make instructional decisions. Impact coaching through inquiry with the focus on improving educator practice and student outcomes through reflective, questioning, data-driven dialogue, and collaborative problem solving, and also our principal learning walks. Professional learning for all, differentiated PD district-wide, math PD, site level, and smaller group learning are also areas that we are focusing on, along with building site capacity. When it comes to site capacity, we have our VITAL. 8 schools are doing VITAL in our partnership with West Ed. And really VITAL is about that transformational leadership and coaching to move from compliance-based improvement to actual student learning central improvement. ILT, we have 4 of our schools in the ILT, and the focus is on rigor. So rigor stands for the following: the R for relationships, I for instruction, G for goals, O for organization, and R for relevance. So going into each of those different domains, when it comes to relationships, it's about really knowing our students beyond simply knowing their names, but really creating safe spaces where they are able to take risks and really engage in the learning. Instruction, student learning is used to inform our practices and also engaging them in meaningful learning experiences with productive struggle and appropriate supports. Our goals, learning goals that are aligned with expectations and where students can demonstrate what they are learning. Organization in regards to the physical environment being accessible and flexible to promote learning. And relevance, where the learning process incorporates meaningful tasks that embed learning inside and outside the classroom as well. So again, the focus being how do we take our numbers, take that information, take our data into actionable steps where data is not the endpoint, but it's the starting point for equity and excellence for all of our students here in Allison. And now we are happy to entertain any questions that you may have for us.
Any questions from the board? Sí, señora Gilpas.
Thank you. Very informative, Dr. Fernandez and Ms. Beal. I mean, you know, I wish there was another color but red. We always use red, but red stands out. But it just, you know, it's important because it tells us where we stand. But if I'm understanding these colors and these graphs were for, I think it's math, we're about 50% students doing okay, which is not bad. It's better than it's been in the past. But we surely want to increase in that so that there's more that are not 1, 2, or even 3 grade levels below. So I see that you're working on that. And the same thing with reading and English, because I think that the district has put a lot of support into math and English, you know, especially. So we're hoping to increase in those numbers where students will be doing better. And the responsibility does lie on the board and the superintendent. And so I know that as far as this data to inform instruction. I'm glad to see the part here where it says building leadership capacity uh, focused on assistant principals and principals, using data to make instructional decisions. And I think about our principals, you know, they have tough jobs. Ms. Medina knows it's a tough job. A even tougher job is being the superintendent. When you have 5 board members telling you that, you know what, we want more. We want more from the principals, from the assistant principals in their positions to increase student learning, student achievement. So when principals feel pressure from the superintendent, it's coming from the board, from all of us. And she's an expert in curriculum. So she's the right person in the job. You know, I really feel, I think so are you, Dr. Fernandez, with the information that you're sharing, and Ms. Beal. But we owe it to our students, to the parents, because when they see these, they'll say, well, what are you doing as a board member? I want to be able to say, you know what, we're talking to our superintendent, which she talks to the people in charge, and then but really an active role is assistant principals and principals. There's so much to do at a school, but we have to put the pressure there because honestly, I don't think it has been. So don't get mad at the superintendent if she's on the principals. It's us telling her, come on now, you know, and we do appreciate her work. We do appreciate your work also. But that's what's happening, because when you're a principal or you're assistant principal, that's who we're looking for to bring the student achievement up. And we believe there's support. If there's not enough support, let us know, or let your superintendent know, so that we can work on giving you the support that you need. Because this is good, but I know we could be better. And I'm not the expert. You all are, Ms. Edie Porter, Ms. Medina, all the, you know, the experts here in this room. So we're counting on you to help us do better for kids. It's not that you're not doing good. We just want to continuously do better as a team. Thank you so much.
Any other questions from board members?
I do have a question, ladies. Do you guys know why, if the percentage is so high on the high frequency words, the rest are lower, like the vocabulary? Do you guys know what I mean?
So one of the reasons might be that when it comes to high frequency words, the students are engaged in memorization, right? So practice and practice. So they hopefully learn to identify those high frequency words, which are not decodable, just by the means of practicing them. However, the other domains involve more of those complex thinking areas for them. And so more of a complex task where they really have to apply additional skills for them to be able to feel confident in those other reading domains. But again, with the focus on high frequency words, it's more about just memorizing those words, and then hopefully being able to identify them as they're reading them, and, you know, identifying them in the reading passages.
So I know that my son, when he was like in 3rd grade, he would, you know, come each week with these words, right? Do you guys give them, or is there a book for that week that has those high frequency words that they can read and, you know?
Yes, a lot of our teachers provide our students with those practice sheets to take home, but also during small group instruction, those are one of the areas that we are seeing as being addressed very frequently during the small group instruction, where students are exposed to practicing these high frequency words.
Okay. And then I like the data. I like the big jump. Hold on, where was it? Not only the 1%, but 2024, 2025 from last year, the 19, I'm looking at the math result. Yes, that's good, impressive. And then the 1% for the LPAC. And then I just want to elaborate a little bit more on what Ms. Gilpa said. The principals do an awesome job. And yes, we know that we push and we push. And we push because we love our kids and they're our future. So the principal is the example, and these kids do look up to you guys. So all 12, 13 of you guys. So awesome job. And, you know, if they push, don't take it the wrong way. It's just, you know, we want to squeeze all that juice out. But I give you guys a round of applause. Because we have one here. But thank you. And not only the principals, the entire staff that comes along with it, because I know it's a lot of work. Kids are a lot of work. So thank you, ladies.
No, thank you. And again, we have high expectations for our students, so they will rise to the level of our expectations. So we're all working really hard to make sure that we hold them accountable as well as students, but also build that capacity for our site leaderships so that they can continue to support in that endeavor as well. You're welcome. Thank you.
Just a brief comment. I think, you know, this board in the past has had a lot of discussions about principals and the important role of a principal. And I think that I think most of us agree that, you know, that all this data, that we know it goes to the principal, but then the question is always, what does the principal do with it, you know? And I think this board would like to see much of what's being discussed here, which is, you know, both Dr. Fernandez and Monica Anto, our superintendent, working. I guess the vision, my vision anyway, and maybe it's the vision of the rest of the board, is that both Dr. Fernandez and Monica Anso work closely with the principals, you know, making sure that they're using the test data, that the test data isn't just kind of laying in a corner being ignored, that teachers are actually using the test data to improve the educational attainment of their students. You know, where are their blind spots? What can teachers do to teach them what they don't know? And I think that there has to be monitoring of that. I think, you know, from the principal and then from Dr. Fernandez and from Monica Hanso. That's my vision. And I think that's kind of the vision of the board, because we've had those discussions, you know, many, many times. And it's a big job. But I think it can be done, you know, as long as we put our minds to it and establish it as a clear goal that we have, and then we go after it, you know. So I'm hopeful, as always, that our scores will go up and that our students will learn, and regardless, you know, our students do well. I mean, I was a high school counselor for 40 years at Alza High School, and I have hundreds and hundreds of students who are now professionals and doing well. I mean, our students do well. There's a lot of talent out there. We just need to kind of, you know, hone that talent in and just kind of, you know, fine tune it, and our young people can do even better. So thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, we will then move on to any board member or student or superintendent reports. Okay. That's
I
oh,
do have
okay,
one.
very good.
I just want to say to all the parents and students that are playing sports, awesome, awesome, awesome job. And it's so nice to be out in the fields, seeing those students so happy, nervous, excited to play a sport. And I tell you, because my son's, you know, he's playing a sport and coming home, giving me the paper, excited. Oh, can you sign it off for me, please, Mom? You know, and just to see all of them out there and the parents, how they're there. You know, they get more excited sometimes than the students, and you know, run over here, get the ball over there. It's just, it's really nice to see a whole community to see the LSL Community District parents, students, just out there encouraging, supporting, you know, it means a lot. It means a lot. So if there's listening, seeing me, awesome job and round of applause. And nobody's a loser, nobody loses. It's just to go out there and have fun. So, very proud.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, we will then move on to number 5, which is approval of the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion at this time.
So moved.
Okay. Yes, motion by el señor Aguilpa, second by el señor Jimenez. Comments or questions? Oh, yes, señor Aguilpa.
Sorry, I think
No, it's fine.
I'm not the smartest of the bunch. That's why I always have questions. So there's a couple of things I did want to say. First of all, on the employment report, there was 3 probationary people that made their probation, and I just wanted to mention who they were and congratulate them. We had 2 custodians that were on probation, Marcos Regalado and Joel Zamudio, who made their probation and now they're permanent custodians. And then we have someone in the food service, Brenda Morales, who also passed her probation period. So now they are real cousins. They're not just, they're AUSD employees. So congratulations to them. Also, in moving on to the consent agenda to item number A, I did have some questions. Excuse me, J, on the Aya Healthcare. So it provides a credentialed in-person school psychologist. So these are my questions. Is this person an Alisal Union School District employee? Is this considered contracting out? Because it is a contract. What are the 2 schools that they'll be working at? And if I'm going too fast, I will gladly repeat these. So is it going to be this same person consistently also? And I don't know, what did the union have to say about? I don't know. I guess it's okay because they never said anything to us. And so sometimes they're going, this person, this credentialed person through Aya Healthcare will be at IEP meetings, but sometimes they're going to be on video conference. So my question is, when they do a video conference IEP, it's like, really? That's an IEP is so important, but doing it by video conference, and if they have to do it that way, are they going to be paid less because it's a video conference, or are they going to be paid the same as if they were there? So, yeah. So my first question again, are they an AUSD employee?
So I'm going to answer that one is no, it's a consultant, but I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Fernandez. I know Ms. Otwat's in the audience too, in case we need more information.
Thank you.
Yes, so this person would be somebody coming from the outside. We're contracting, and the reason for it is because there's a need, an identified need for additional support with case management and also the IEP, holding these IEP meetings. So this person would be, supporting in that regard, and as a floater per se, and being able to go where the need is right, to help us out in that regard.
So if there was an issue, who would, I mean, I know if it was an employee, then, not that I would expect any issues, who would, so you can't write this person up, or you just call the consulting company and say she or he's not working out, and then they'll send someone new?
Yes, we work really closely with the consultant, and our special ed director would be the one following up in consultation also with me to ensure if any concerns come up, they would be addressed and relaying that information and problem solving. And more than anything, we want to make sure that whoever we are bringing on board is a person who's going to be able to, number one, be a good fit for our students, for our families, but secondly, that they're going to be able to work effectively within our expectations of support from this person.
So are we looking to, at some point, open this up to open up the position, or will we have a contract? Are we going to be sourcing out or contracting out? Because if we have all these needs, why don't we open the position? and just make it a permanent position?
Yes, so currently, I believe we have one psychologist who is out. And then, so we do have that need there. So it would be just kind of a temporary support.
Oh, okay,
the
so it's
time
not
being.
ongoing.
It wouldn't be ongoing. It's
Okay,
just the
until,
contract that we have.
so it's for the rest of the school year
Mhm.
though,
That
correct?
they listed here, yes.
Right, okay, so then maybe is that something that we're looking for? If the workload is there, apparently it is because the district is outsourcing or contracting out to a consultant. But what I understand you saying is that we might be looking at some point, have open the position if the need is still there, and so it could be a permanent position with an LSL employee, maybe?
Yes, it could. If the need is still there and we don't have, the support needed, then we would definitely be something that we would consider as to then we might need somebody who's not only here temporarily assisting, but somebody who's permanent.
Yeah, that's what is 1/5 of the board would favor is someone personal, someone permanent that's an LSL employee to support in that capacity instead of outsourcing or out contracting, because that's what it is. So as far as the video conferences, Dr. Fernandez, why do we still giving people the option to do video calls? An IEP is a very important meeting, and this person will be present. I don't know if I was a parent, and I'm not representing the parents because maybe it's okay with them, but I wouldn't want anybody there on a video conference call. So if we're paying that person as a consultant, why can't they be there in person at an IEP because of the importance of an IEP?
Mhm. So the expectation mainly would be for the person to be there in person. That would be the ideal, but sometimes we do have to make accommodations. And even sometimes the families are able to meet with us in a different setting, not virtually for them, but having this other person just so that we can move through the process of holding that IEP and not delaying the meeting any further. So it's really more with that thinking mind frame of how can we, again, kind of keep things moving forward without delaying it anymore. But ideally, we would want them to be physically present in these meetings.
Well, that's good to know. And sometimes there's emergencies or something happens that I understand, and you don't want to delay the IEP. So I understand that. Thank you. So is it going to be the same person consistently, or is it just, are they going to send different people that are available to the SPED department?
Mhm. So again, ideally, it would be the same person. That's what we're hoping for, so that we can have a little bit more of that consistency, especially since we're contracting out. So the more we can have that consistency, the better.
Okay, good. And then, okay, so that was, so what are the two school sites that they need the psychologist at?
So there's no identified school site per se. It's just where the need might be. This person would be going and supporting there.
Because it does say though on the background that it's due to high need at two, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot. And this isn't Jeopardy or anything, I'm sorry. I just
No,
don't
it's
have
fine.
the information. So we don't know what those two sites are with the need of a psychologist right now?
I don't recall the two specific. I don't recall the specific sites. I just know that there's a need for this person to come and support, but I
Okay,
don't have that.
if you have it in your notes or something, you can
Yeah,
just email me who that is. Thank you so much. And then I'm almost done, Mr. Ocampo. Thank you. So,
Take your time.
no, I don't like to be long-winded. So on O, again, it's an agreement with My Base K LLC to provide an itinerant special education teacher. So I guess this question's the same. Are we looking for a permanent position since the need is there? I don't think we're gonna be consulting or outsourcing every time we need someone, are we?
So for this one, a caseload an RSP teacher can have is 28 students.
Uh-huh.
So we have some schools that have gone above that, that caseload. So this person will be supporting with that, with the extra caseload. So those that have gone beyond the 28.
So would they have their own classroom or what kind of support?
So they would be providing RSP support. So last year, I think we had it at 2 schools where they were providing the support. And so yes, they would have to have a room where they provide the services.
Okay, so that's, so are these contracts that we do, are they normal? Are they, maybe I just paid more attention this time, I don't know, but.
So we had this last year, and it's actually in agreement and collaboration with ATA.
Oh, good.
When we were offering or sending, for example, I'm at Loya and I have only 13 students on my caseload. I was being requested to travel to another school that might have 32 students. So that wasn't, I was now leaving my school site to go to another school site. So in order to alleviate that, we hired a contractor to help with the caseload at one school. And that way the teacher, with RSP teacher that had maybe less of a caseload, can work on the paperwork and stay at school at their site so they can, eventually the caseload was going to get to the 28.
Thank you, and thank you, Dr. Fernandez, for your very thorough answers.
You're welcome.
That's it? Okay. We will then, Senora Anso, if we could do a line vote, please.
Yes. Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera, Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Okay, thank you for that. We now move to business services. This is a public hearing. Consideration of adoption of school facilities needs analysis and alternate school facility fees. We will open this this public hearing at 6:36. And I guess we'll close it at 37, sorry. Okay, we move on to B, this is an action item. Resolution 2526-06, adopting the school facilities needs analysis, SFNA, and the alternative school facilities fees in compliance with government code sections 65995-5, 65995-7. I will entertain a motion. Motion made by Mr. Jimenez, a second.
Second.
Second by La Señora Perez. Comments, questions? Okay, if we could do a line vote, please.
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absence.
Okay, we'll then move on to educational services. Action item, Resolution 2526-03, authorized signature and adoption of continuing funding for California State Preschool Program, CSPP. I will entertain a motion. So moved by La Señora Gilpaz, second, Mr. Jimenez, I think?
Sí, yes.
Okay, comments, questions? Line vote?
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
B, action item, agreement, Solution Tree Incorporated, to provide training at Cesar Chavez School and Nalasau Community School, 25-26 school year.
I make a motion.
Motion made by Mr. Jimenez, a second. Second by La Señora Gilpaz, comments, questions? Line vote?
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
We'll move on to human resources. Action item, request for one additional full-time equivalent position, school counselor. Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Motion made by Señora
Second.
Gilpaz. Was that second, Mr. Jimenez?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Comments, questions? Okay, line vote?
I'm sorry, where are we at? I got lost for a second.
Oh, human resources, A.
Eight.
Yes, I do have, sorry about that. May I have permission to go back and?
Sure, yes, you have a question? Okay.
I did, and I hope I didn't get lost here in my notes, but I wanted to talk about the fiscal impact to the LaSalle Union School District. So this is one additional full-time counselor, right? This isn't the one that's grant-based, is it? It is
Yes.
grant-based. So where do we get the number 379,000? Because it's for 3 years? Do we know? Okay.
I'm, I'm just looking at Mr.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Jose.
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's actually the total for the cost for the 3 years.
So is it grant? So that means the money's not coming from LSI Union School District. It's a grant base. So
It-
that's how much we're going to be getting, not spending.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Mr. Diaz. What's your last name, right? Yeah, okay, thank you. I'm getting lost. Thank you.
Okay, and I believe we were on item B, if I memory serves me right.
Voted on 8A.
No?
There was a motion, a
Okay.
second, and now we need a vote.
Okay, line vote then?
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
trustee Guadalupe Gilpas Barrera,
Yes.
trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Okay, we'll move on to B. Action item, agreement, Solution Tree Incorporated, to provide training at Cesar Chavez.
You're-
Oh, sorry, I get confused. here. Okay, B, Human Resources, sorry. Action item, request for 2 additional full-time equivalent position. School social worker, entertain a motion?
Make a motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Jimenez, second, La Señora Gilpas, I believe.
Sure.
Questions, comments? Line vote.
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
trustee Guadalupe Gilpas Barrera,
Yes.
trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Okay. Item C, action item, request for one additional full-time equivalent position, network coordinator. Motion?
Motion.
Motion, was that Señora Gilpas?
Ms. Perez.
Oh, I'm sorry, Perez, okay. I'll entertain a second.
Second.
Second by Señor Jimenez. Comments, questions? Yes, Señora Gilpas.
Yes, so I was looking at the pay for this. I think they're going to start at step 5, and I believe the salary is 184, 168, but please tell me that includes the benefits and everything. If not, I told Clemente Villarreal, he's going to be the supervisor. And if this person gets more than him, he should apply for it. But I don't think it's like that, is it?
So we still have to recruit for this position. So we
Okay.
can't say where they're going to end up on the salary.
Oh, okay, but the background information does say it's 184, 168. So my question, is that including benefits?
Yes.
Yes, it does include benefits because the position itself is about, even if I go with coordinator 1, and if I go with step number 2, the base salary is $118,000 plus benefits.
Oh, so they would be paid like 180,000?
$18,000.
The benefits are just like a little over.
Benefits are 2 kinds of benefits. We pay for statutory benefits, which is like Social Security, Medicare, and other kinds of statutory benefits, plus health and welfare. And we go with the base plan, which is employee plus family, which is roughly around $20,000 or $21,000.
Okay.
And our statutory benefits are about 35%.
Mhm.
So 118 plus 21,000 plus 35%, that comes to about $180,000.
Okay, so that's a good, high-paying job, isn't it? Who
It's
sits?
very competitive, I would say, because this is a highly skilled position, and these positions are in very high demand. I mean, we need this position because
We have for quite a while, I think, right? Yeah.
operationally speaking, our demands have increased and our needs have increased. We are moving to cloud-based hosting. We are moving away from our own data centers. And this means that we have to have a reliable connectivity all the time. If we do not have connectivity, internet, we cannot operate. Every presentation we saw today, Dr. Fernandez and the school side presentation, everything is pretty much cloud-based, and we need highly reliable position for this to maintain our connections. And
Is
that's
it-
pretty much like 24/7 position. Internet can break anytime.
Right.
We need this person to actually wake up at 3 in the morning and bring back our connectivity.
Right, so then it's a classified position.
It's a classified management position.
Oh, it is a classified management
Yes.
position. So what is Mr. Clemente? Isn't he classified management?
He is classified manager as well.
So what's going to be the relationship with those two positions? He's right here.
He's
I
hiding
didn't say
behind.
anything bad, huh?
So this person reports to Mr. Villarreal. Clemente is a director and he's.
Oh, he's a
supervisor.
director. Okay, they're classified management, but it's not a director position.
No, it's not.
So Mr. Clemente would be the supervisor.
He is a supervisor.
Oh, okay.
And Clemente is responsible for maintaining the entire technology department.
Right.
This person is more focused on the connectivity side of the things.
Okay.
Our needs have increased. For example, we have 400 ViewSonic TVs in every classroom. It takes some skill set to maintain all those connections in every classroom and all the softwares and all the programs that we have.
Thank you, Mr. Bassi.
Very good. We'll go on to line vote, please.
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Move on to E, action item, revised job description, teacher on special assignment.
D.
Sorry, I thought, didn't we just?
No, we did, the network coordinator? No, we
Got it. Okay, D, action item, revised job description, manager of Alasa Family Resource Center. I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion.
Motion by Senor Jimenez, second.
Second.
Second by Senora Gilpas, I think it was.
Yes.
Okay. And let's see, comments, questions? Line vote, please.
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Move on to E, action item, revised job description, teacher on special assignment, early learning programs, TOSA ELP. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved by La Señora Gilpas.
Second.
Second by Senor Jimenez. Comments, questions? Line vote.
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Okay, F, action item, memorandum of understanding between the LaSalle Union School District and the California School Employees Association, Chapter 577, regarding changes to the van driver full-time equivalent. Motion?
Make a motion.
Motion, Mr. Jimenez, second.
Second.
Second, Senora Gilpas.
Ms.
Comments?
Perez.
Ms. Perez.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Perez. Comments, questions? Line vote.
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Move on to G, action item, memorandum of understanding between the LaSalle Union School District and the California School Employees Association, Chapter 577, regarding bus driver salary range. Motion for that one?
So moved.
So moved by La Señora
Second.
Gilpas, second, Senor Jimenez. Comments, questions? Line vote.
Trustee Robert Ocampo,
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
H is informational item to provide the board with 2526 LCAP Monterey County Office of Education approval, Dr. Fernandez. Okay. We move on to 9, which is administrative services. A, action item to amend the number of workdays on the superintendent's employment agreement to correctly reflect the number of days in the employee's management system. Motion,
Make a motion.
Senor Jimenez, second.
Second.
Second, Senora Perez. Comments, questions? Yes.
So it's one day less,
Yes.
but you could come in and volunteer if we needed to?
Yeah.
Okay. No,
I'm
I
available
wouldn't,
to you.
I wouldn't ask for that. Thank you.
Okay, line vote, please.
Trustee Robert Ocampo?
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez?
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Guilpas Barrera?
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Move on to B, action item, reimbursement to Salinas City Elementary School District for trustee Leticia Garcia to attend 25-26 school business district-related events. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved by La Señora Gilpas. Second?
Second.
Oh, who was the second then?
Second.
Okay, Señor Jimenez, comments, questions? Okay, line vote.
Trustee Robert Ocampo?
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez?
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Guilpas Barrera?
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Point of order, please, Mr.
Yes.
Ocampo. I
Yes.
believe that was Ms. Perez who seconded that motion and not Mr. Jimenez? Or
I'm
did
not
I get
sure.
it backwards?
I heard sort of
We said
both
it at the same time and
simultaneously. I
then
don't,
said
I
it.
mean,
Okay. You said it first, but that's all right.
So,
Okay, that's fine.
do you-
It's just for the record.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
because, you know,
Yeah,
thank
I-
you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, I heard sort of.
I know.
both before.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to C, action item. Obsolete board policies, administrative regulations, exhibit series 7000, facilities included. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved by la señora Gilpas, second.
Second.
Second, señor Jimenez, comments, questions? Line vote.
Trustee Robert Ocampo?
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez?
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Guilpas Barrera?
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Move on to D, action item, obsolete board bylaws and exhibit series 9000, bylaws included. Entertain a motion?
Make a
Motion.
motion.
Was
So,
that Mr. Jimenez? you think?
Ms. Perez?
Oh, I don't know who was it. Ms.
Both.
Perez.
Ms.
Okay,
Perez
Ms.
first.
I'm sorry. Sorry, well, okay. Second?
Second.
Okay,
Ms.
Mr. Jimenez, I believe. Comments, questions? Line vote.
Trustee Robert Ocampo?
Yes.
Trustee Beatriz Perez?
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Guilpas Barrera?
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with one absent.
Okay, move on to E, first read. This is information, revised board policies, administrative regulations, and exhibits, Series 6000, instruction included. F is a first read, information only, adopt new board policies, Series 7000, facilities included. G is a first read, information item, revised board policies and administrative regulation, Series 7000, facilities included. H, first read, information, revised board bylaws and exhibit, Series 9000, bylaws included. I, first read, information, adopt new board bylaws and exhibit, Series 9000, bylaws included. J, information, Williams Uniform Complaint Quarterly Report, October 25, July through September 25. B is future agenda items that you can kind of review yourself. I don't know if any board member would like a new item. Yes, Señora Gilpas?
Yes, I haven't asked this for a while, but I was hoping to get support from the rest of the board members. We hear from principals about the schools. It's wonderful. We hear from the teachers, which is great. Also, the presentations, but we don't hear from the departments that are classified staff. And I don't know how that would work, but for example, if we had a part on campus supervisors, and if they came and gave us a short presentation on what they do, you know, and give, or the secretaries, or the I don't know about administrative assistants, but just from the classified staff in groups, and I think it'd be hard, I don't know, not that easy, because I try to imagine it, but I'd like to hear from classified also, and the things that they do, or maybe when they come, maybe one classified can come with their principal and represent all of them and what they do or something, but I think that would be, I mean, I would like that. I don't know if the rest of the board would favor that, but just the different departments, custodians, there's a lot of classified people out there that we don't get to hear from, and sometimes we don't know what they do. So there's so many, so just as a food for thought there, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, actually. I think I'd like to hear like from the supervisors, because they're actually out there one-on-one with the young people and see what they do, see what they think about what they do, and so on. And then, of course, you have your classified managers that we were talking about. That's like another sort of area. They're still classified, but they're managers. So yeah, I think it would be interesting. I don't know. I guess maybe we'll leave it to La Señora Anso to put that together. In
I
some way.
can work with Ms. Keiko.
And work with Ms. Keiko. There you go. Great idea.
It will be fun.
Yeah. Okay. We'll then move on to 11, which is future meeting dates, and you can review those. And I don't know if anyone has questions on those. Okay. We move on then to public comments. Individuals wishing to address the Board of Trustees on closed session agenda items may do so at this time. Starting time is 6:56, ending and I guess ending time is also 6:56. We will then adjourn to closed session at 6:56. Break. After a 10-minute break, closed session will begin promptly at what is that? 7:06. Okay, thank you. We will now reconvene to open session. Time reconvened is 7:40. There is nothing to report. Meeting adjournment time, meeting adjournment time is 7:40. Thank you and good night all.